Welcome, everyone. Today we have an incredible story for you, one that will inspire you, move you, and make you believe that nothing is impossible. Imagine this: a tea seller, a boy from a small town, not once, not twice, but multiple times, defied all odds and rose to become the Prime Minister of India. Not just any leader. Today, in 2025, he is the most famous leader in the world. People in India admire him so much that they have even built temples in his name. This story is more than just politics. It's about hard work, dedication, and the power of dreams. And this is a perfect story for your English listening and learning practice. So, if you want to hear more inspiring stories, make sure to subscribe and stay with us until the end. Now let's begin this unbelievable journey. Narendra Modi was born on September 17, 1950, in a small town called Vadnagar in the state of Gujarat, India. At that time, India was still a young country, having gained independence just 3 years earlier in 1947. His family was very poor. They belonged to the Ganchi Teli community, which was considered a lower-class caste in India. His father, Damodardas Mulchand Modi, ran a small tea stall near the railway station. His mother, Hiraben Modi, was a simple and hard-working woman who did household chores to support the family. The Modi family lived in a tiny single-story house made of mud. The house had no electricity, no running water, and no proper furniture. Life was tough. There were 6 children in the family, and Narendra was the 3rd child. The family struggled even for basic food. From a very young age, Narendra Modi understood the value of hard work. His father used to wake up before sunrise, boil water, and prepare tea to sell at the railway station. Little Narendra, just 6 or 7 years old, would wake up early in the morning, help his father, and serve tea to passengers at the station. He would carry hot tea in small clay cups and run around, serving tired travelers. Sometimes he had to walk barefoot because his family couldn't afford shoes. Even in the cold winter, he would wake up at 4 a.m., start the fire, and help his father before going to school. But here's the interesting thing. Narendra Modi was not ashamed of selling tea. Instead, he saw it as a way to learn. While serving tea, he would listen to passengers talking about the world, politics, and great leaders. One day, he heard someone talking about Swami Vivekananda, the great Indian monk. This changed his life forever. Even though Narendra was poor, he was always curious and wanted to learn new things. He studied at Vadnagar Primary School, where his teachers noticed something special about him. He was not the best student in academics, but he had extraordinary confidence. He loved participating in debates, speeches, and plays. Even at a young age, he spoke with so much energy that people started noticing him. One day, when he was 8 years old, his school organized a play. Narendra played a small role, but when he spoke, everyone was amazed. His voice was powerful, and his expressions were so strong that people thought he was born to be a leader. Unlike other kids who spent time playing, young Narendra spent hours in the library. He read books on history, great leaders, and spiritual masters. He was deeply influenced by Swami Vivekananda, who taught about self-discipline, courage, and serving the nation. By the time he was 12 years old, he started meditating and thinking about the meaning of life. His dream was not to become rich, but to serve people. At the age of 17, Narendra Modi did something shocking. He left his home. Yes, you heard that right. He didn't tell his parents, didn't take any money, and just disappeared. Why? Because he wanted to discover the world. He met monks, scholars, and social workers. This journey changed his mind forever. When he finally returned home, He was not just Narendra Modi anymore. He had a vision, a dream, and a fire inside him. He was ready to change India. In Indian culture, parents often arrange marriages for their children, and Narendra Modi's family was no different. When he was just 18 years old, his parents decided to get him married. His bride's name was Jashodaben Narendrabhai Modi. She was a quiet and traditional girl who came from a simple family. Their marriage was a traditional Hindu ceremony with all the customs, rituals, blessings, and family celebrations. However, there was something unusual about this marriage. Even though the wedding took place, Narendra Modi was never ready for it. Most young men in India accept their arranged marriages, but Narendra Modi was different. He had already decided that his life was not meant for a normal family life. He wanted to serve the country, work for society, and dedicate himself to a bigger purpose. So, very soon after the marriage, he left his wife and never lived with her. This was a bold and controversial decision. Some people criticized him, while others admired his dedication. But he never looked back. He believed that to become a great leader, he had to sacrifice personal relationships. After leaving home, Narendra Modi joined the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh, RSS, a Hindu nationalist organization that trained young men in discipline, leadership, and service to the nation. His first job in RSS was not glamorous. He had to sweep floors, serve tea, and clean the office. But he never complained. He knew that great leaders start from the bottom. Slowly, he started doing more important tasks. He was given the duty of organizing meetings, recruiting young people, and managing events. One of his biggest strengths was his ability to speak and inspire people. Whenever he gave a speech, people listened. His confidence, strong voice, and powerful words made him stand out. The RSS leaders noticed him and gave him bigger responsibilities. He traveled across India, met farmers, poor people, and students, and listened to their problems. During this time, he learned how to connect with people, how to organize political campaigns, how to handle criticism and opposition. This period in RSS was like a training ground for him. He was getting ready for something bigger. In 1975, something huge happened in India. The Prime Minister at that time, Indira Gandhi, declared a national emergency. This meant that all opposition leaders were arrested, newspapers were censored, and protests were banned. Many RSS leaders were also jailed. Narendra Modi went underground during this time. He lived in disguise, constantly changing locations, wearing different clothes, and using fake names to avoid arrest. He secretly worked to spread awareness about democracy and helped leaders escape from police. This period tested his courage and intelligence. After the emergency ended in 1977, he became even more popular among political circles. His name was now recognized, and people saw him as a fearless leader. After working for almost 15 years in the RSS, Narendra Modi was sent to work for the Bharatiya Janata Party, BJP. At that time, BJP was a small party struggling to gain power. But Modi brought new energy. He started organizing big events, political campaigns, and speeches that attracted thousands of people. One of his biggest successes came in 1995, when BJP won the state elections in Gujarat. This was the first step in Modi's journey to the top. In 2001, something unexpected happened. Gujarat's chief minister, Keshubhai Patel, had to resign due to health issues, and the party needed a strong replacement. Narendra Modi was chosen. At first, people doubted him. He had never held a government position before, but within a few months, everything changed. Under Modi's leadership, Gujarat started growing rapidly. He focused on building better roads and infrastructure, improving electricity supply, attracting businesses and industries. This was the time when he became famous for his strong leadership. Business leaders started praising him. People began calling him a development-oriented leader. But his journey was not smooth. In 2002, just a few months after Modi became chief minister, one of the worst riots in Indian history happened in Gujarat. A train carrying Hindu pilgrims was set on fire, and in response, violent riots broke out between Hindus and Muslims. Over 1,000 people died, and the entire state was in chaos. Modi was heavily criticized. Some people said he didn't do enough to stop the riots. Others accused him of supporting the violence. For years, this event haunted his political career. Many thought his journey was over. But Modi did not give up. Instead, he focused on development and economic growth, trying to rebuild his image. Slowly, Gujarat became one of the fastest-growing states in India, attracting investments from big companies. People saw how Modi transformed the state despite the challenges. By 2012, Narendra Modi was already one of the most famous leaders in India. He had been the chief minister of Gujarat for 11 years, and people were talking about how he had changed Gujarat. Some people loved him, calling him a strong, visionary leader. Others still criticized him, especially for the 2002 riots. But no matter what people thought, one thing was clear. Modi was now a national leader, and something even bigger was about to happen. In 2013, the Bharatiya Janata Party, BJP, was looking for a strong leader for the 2014 general elections. The party needed someone powerful, confident, and popular, someone who could win the hearts of millions of Indians. And for many people in the party, the best choice was Narendra Modi. But this decision was not easy. Some BJP leaders did not want Modi to be the candidate. They thought he was too controversial because of the Gujarat riots. The opposition parties strongly opposed him. They said he was not fit to lead India. Many news channels criticized him and tried to stop his rise. But Modi was determined. He was not someone who gave up easily. In September 2013, BJP officially declared Narendra Modi as their prime ministerial candidate. And that's when the real battle began. Narendra Modi started his biggest ever political campaign. He traveled all across India, covering hundreds of cities and villages. He gave thousands of speeches, promising people a better India. He used social media like Twitter and Facebook to reach young people. His team created powerful slogans like Ab Ki Bar Modi Sarkar, this time Modi's government. People connected with him because he was not from a rich political family like many other leaders. He was a common man, a tea seller who had worked hard to reach this position. And his message was simple: good governance, economic growth, development for all. The more people heard his speeches, the more they believed in him. By the time Election Day arrived, something was clear. India wanted change. On May 16, 2014, the election results were announced. And the results shocked everyone. BJP won 282 seats, a clear majority, first time in 30 years. Congress, the ruling party, had its worst defeat ever. Narendra Modi had won by a huge margin. On May 26, 2014, Narendra Modi took oath as the 14th Prime Minister of India. From a tea seller to the most powerful man in India, his journey was now an inspiration for millions. But becoming Prime Minister was just the beginning. His real challenges were about to start. When Modi became Prime Minister, India had many problems. 1. Corruption. Many government officials took bribes. Second, slow economy. There were not enough jobs for young people. 3. Poor infrastructure. Roads, electricity, and sanitation needed improvement. 4. Terrorism. India faced security threats from terrorists. Modi had big promises to fulfill. His first actions as PM, Jan Dhan Yojana, opened millions of bank accounts for poor people. Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, a campaign to make India clean. Digital India, encouraged people to use technology and online services. Make in India, encouraged companies to manufacture products in India. Within just a few years, people saw real changes. In 2016, Narendra Modi made one of the most shocking decisions in Indian history: demonetization. He suddenly banned 500 rupees and 1,000 rupees notes, which were 86% of India's cash. The goal was to fight black money, corruption, and fake currency. People lined up at banks to exchange their money. Some suffered, some supported, and some opposed it. The decision was bold but controversial. It had both good and bad effects, but it proved that Modi was willing to take risks. By 2019, Modi's popularity was still very high. People still saw him as a strong leader. The Pulwama terror attack and India's response in Balakot airstrikes made his image even stronger. When elections were held in April-May 2019, the results were again historic. BJP won 303 seats, even more than in 2014. Modi became Prime Minister for the second time. This was a clear message. India trusted Modi's leadership. In 2020, the world faced a huge crisis, COVID-19. India was hit hard, and Modi had to make difficult decisions. Nationwide lockdown. To control the virus. Vaccine development. India created its own vaccines. Helping poor people. Free food and financial help for millions. There were both successes and failures, but India managed to recover. Under Modi, India's reputation grew. He was now one of the most powerful leaders in the world. By 2024, Narendra Modi was still very popular. Many people wanted him to continue as Prime Minister. And when elections happened in April-May 2024, the results were once again historic. BJP won a majority, and Modi became PM for the third time. This made him one of the longest-serving prime ministers in Indian history. At 74 years old, Modi still had big dreams for India. He wanted to make India a $5 trillion economy, improve education and healthcare, strengthen India's military and global position. And his journey was far from over. Despite being one of the most powerful leaders in the world, Modi has a very simple lifestyle. He wakes up early in the morning, around 4 a.m., and follows a strict routine. 1. Yoga and meditation. He starts his day with yoga and meditation to keep his mind and body healthy. 2. Reading and writing. He spends time reading spiritual books, newspapers, and reports to stay informed. 3. No holiday, no relaxation. He works 16 to 18 hours a day and rarely takes a break. Even on festivals, he continues working. 4. Healthy diet. His food is simple and vegetarian. He avoids junk food and drinks only warm water. 5. Technology and social media. He uses Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube to connect with people. In 2025, he stood as one of the most followed politicians in the world. With over 100 million followers on X, Twitter, and 92 million on Instagram, His voice echoed across platforms. On Facebook, 50 million people kept up with his updates, while his YouTube channel, with nearly 27 million subscribers. 6. No family life. Since he has no wife or children, his only focus is India and its development. He's known for his self-discipline and extreme dedication to his work. Modi is one of the greatest speakers in history. His speeches are strong, emotional, and inspiring. Let's look at some of his most famous speeches. 1. The 2014 Victory Speech, May 16, 2014. After winning the 2014 elections, he gave a speech that shook the nation. He said, "This is not just a government change. This is a new hope for India." Millions of people watched him live, and his speech became viral. Second speech at the Red Fort, August 15, 2014. On Independence Day, Modi gave his first speech as Prime Minister. He talked about ending corruption, women's safety, and economic growth. 3. The 2019 Victory Speech, May 23, 2019. After winning his second term, he said, "Today, India has created history." He promised to make India a global superpower. People cheered for him like he was a rock star. The COVID-19 speech, March 24, 2020. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Modi addressed 1.4 billion Indians on TV. He announced a nationwide lockdown to protect people. He asked everyone to stay strong and united. 5. The G20 Summit Speech, September 2023. As India hosted the G20 Summit, Modi spoke in front of world leaders. He talked about global peace, digital economy, and climate change. Many world leaders praised his leadership. His speeches are not just words. They are powerful messages that move people. Modi is one of the most well-traveled Indian leaders. He has visited more than 60 countries to build strong relationships with world leaders. Most important visits: United States, 2014, 2019, 2023. He met Obama, Trump, and Biden. In 2023, he addressed the U.S. Congress, where American leaders gave him a standing ovation. Russia, 2015, 2019, 2022. He met Vladimir Putin and strengthened India-Russia relations. Japan, 2014, 2018, 2022. He built strong ties with Shinzo Abe and Fumio Kishida. China, 2015, 2017, 2019. He met Xi Jinping multiple times for peace talks. UAE and Saudi Arabia, 2015, 2019, 2022. He became the first Indian leader to receive the UAE's highest civilian award. United Nations, 2019, 2023. He gave a powerful speech at the UN General Assembly about terrorism, climate change, and global development. Under Modi, India's global reputation has grown massively. Narendra Modi's success is not just luck. It is because of his mindset and leadership skills. Visionary thinking. Modi always thinks big. He does not just focus on today. He plans for the next 50 years. Strong decision-making. He takes bold decisions like demonetization, surgical strikes, and digital reforms. Hard work and dedication. He sleeps only 3 to 4 hours a day. He never takes vacations or enjoys luxury. Communication skills. He connects with people easily and makes them feel inspired. Patriotism and nationalism. He puts India first in every decision. His goal is to make India the world's biggest power. His leadership has transformed India and made him one of the most respected leaders. As of 2025, Narendra Modi is still Prime Minister of India. He is working towards developing Indian infrastructure, highways, railways, airports, strengthening India's military and space programs, improving education, healthcare, and technology. No one knows how long he will continue as Prime Minister, but his influence will last forever. His journey has proven that nothing is impossible, with millions of fans who admire him for his hard work, vision, and leadership. But what makes him so famous, so powerful, and so inspirational? In India, some of his followers have even built temples for him. People worship him like a god because they believe he has transformed their lives. He is not just a politician, he is a brand. His name alone can influence markets, elections, and global policies. There are three big reasons why Narendra Modi is one of the most famous people on earth. 1. His rags to riches story. He was a tea seller, but today he's the leader of 1.4 billion people. His story is proof that anyone can achieve greatness. 2. His leadership and vision. He has transformed India into a global power. His leadership is strong, bold, and fearless. 3. His charisma and communication. He connects with every person, rich or poor, young or old. His speeches are powerful, emotional, and inspiring. People don't just support Modi, they believe in him. Narendra Modi's life teaches us a very important lesson. Your past does not define your future. He had no money. He had no big family name. He had no political background, but he had a dream, hard work, discipline, never give up attitude, and that is why he succeeded. If you want to achieve your dreams, learn from Modi. Start from nothing but dream big. Work harder than anyone else. Never stop learning and improving. Face challenges with courage. Believe in yourself when no one else does. Never, ever give up. If a tea seller can become the Prime Minister, you can achieve anything you want. Modi's life is not just a story. It's a blueprint for success. Modi became a leader because he never stopped moving forward. What about you? Will you keep waiting for success, or will you fight for it? Will you let people tell you what you can't do, or will you prove them wrong? Will you give up, or will you rise like Modi? The choice is yours, because in the end, greatness is not given. It is earned. If you felt inspired, remember, Modi's story is proof that nothing is impossible. You have the power to change your life. Your dreams are waiting for you. Go chase them.